I didn't think Matt was very sharp tonight. I thought one thing he did, which we've seen him in the past do, and he battled. He didn't have, great command of his stuff, but he just battled. He changed speeds. He tried to pitch in. He did all the things he wanted to do. He came out and he said, "Boy, it wasn't my best night stuff-wise," but you looked up and they had 4 hits, even though 2 of them were home runs. I thought Matt pitched. He kept us in the game and did what we had to do and got us deep. And I thought he showed you that he can pitch. And this is one of these games when you feel like you're not 100%, you still go out there and keep your team in the game. That's impressive.
In terms of Matt's mental makeup, do you think all the hardships he's been through in the last year or so have matured him at all?
Well, the game was pretty easy for him when he first got here because he was so good. And I think it toughened him up. Yeah, I think he realized he has to, until he continues to build up the arm strength back, he's got to pitch. And I think that he's bought into that. And certainly that comes from the fact, hey, look, I don't want to get hurt again, so I'm gonna go through the process the right way.
Mark, as you said, Familia is only second time back, but how stunning was it to see him have such a hard time throwing strikes in that scenario with bases loaded?
Yeah, it's hard, but he's got to get out there, guys. You can't pick all the spots. This isn't a perfect world where you can pick the perfect spot. I wasn't going to have Dan Murphy beat us again, and that we had some room. We had bases weren't loaded. He just didn't throw the ball over the plate, which is very uncharacteristic for him.
Does the you're getting good starting pitching pretty much every night. Does that allow you to feel like you can get through all this, everything that's going on, and I feel better about what's going on?
Well, John, you're going to keep yourselves in games, but we've got to win some of these games. I mean, I go back over the last 9 games, we could have won 7 of them easily. Not easily. We we had a chance to win 7 games, and we didn't. So we just got to continue to plug through it. While guys are mending, and we got a couple big hits from some guys tonight, which I thought were huge. So we'll continue to push through it.
Terry, just curious what it was like to manage this game for you, especially given how short your bench was. They went to extras and then having to use pitchers, pitch runners, pinch hitters, just having to wade through all that stuff, given how short you guys were.
Well, there was a lot of discussions going on about a lot of things. You had to start before the game started. You knew you were going to have to do some of that stuff, James. I mean, we had talked about. I had Gesellman and Wheeler and Spikes in the 4th inning, knowing that they may have to hit, that they may have to run. I told Cabby that the only time I'd use him was certain situations. Seth tried to get himself ready, couldn't. Leg didn't respond, so we were down to. Certainly the 3 guys left on the bench, and but we had chances. We had bases loaded too. All we had to do was bloop one in or hit a ground ball through the hole or something, and so we had our chances.
Yeah. Terry, you mentioned Cabrera. He was able to go up and pitch it. Do you have any better sense of whether you have him tomorrow?
Well, I think we will, Danny. I mean, when we talked before the game, he said he needed a night. He needed to probably rest a leg, and unless it's 42 tomorrow, I think he can probably go.
That's one, Kev.
He said Cespedes tried, couldn't loosen up. What was the deal?
Well, I mean, we went up and said, "Can you get ready?" And Pat Ressler came down. And he said, "Listen, he's tried to get it loose and he couldn't do it."